Growing vegetables is hard. From the initial planting to keeping away pests, it's a lot of work. And when you are peeling off yet another caterpillar, wondering if your greens will ever produce enough for a salad, you find yourself thinking, why do any of this at all? The obvious answer to all that is it tastes better. But honestly, that's just the beginning.
Gardening isn't always easy, but it's often the best and sometimes the only source of great tasting produce. And that can make the need to learn to grow a bit of a necessity.
My mission was to get the freshest food possible on people's plates. To me, that is growing seasonally.
For some, learning to grow offers more than just tasty vegetables. It can teach you to eat seasonally, along with giving you a chance to eat food that's a little bit higher in nutrition.
The nutrient quality of food that doesn't travel across the country, doesn't use all the fossil fuels, the nutrients stay denser in that food also, instead of something that was picked a week ago and shipped across the country.
And by eating food from a local location, it does give Mother Nature a chance to give you some of the nutrients that you could really use for that specific location.
You live in a certain climate, you have to sustain the heat here. There's certain things that grow in the summer. I think okra is really good for maintaining body temperature if you want to get sort of metaphysical about all of it.
Growing your own produce can also help preserve the environment, reducing the amount of chemicals and resources needed to grow your own food. But for those who may not have the space to grow, simply by helping to support local growers, you can reap the benefits of homegrown vegetables.
Strengthens our community, builds relationships, friendships, supports other people, not just big corporations. It supports the farmers, their families, their futures. It encourages other young growers maybe to become growers.
And that's the inspiration behind Scratch Kitchen in downtown Lafayette.
So basically our menu's based around seasonal abundance. What the farmers have, we pretty much buy everything that they have at once.
They've been serving up some of the freshest local vegetables they can find and showing everyone just how tasty that fresh, local, seasonal produce can be. And a demonstration as to why all that work in the garden is worth it. In Lafayette, I'm Daniel Phillips for KTC TV3.
And the food there, it's very good, very, very fresh as well. And kind of going back to that, seasonal eating thing. And she had said, okra obviously grows very well here in the summertime. She said the okra can help maintain temperatures. Well, what grows here in the wintertime? Citrus. You can get all your vitamin C, and that kind of comes right around the time you want your vitamin C for cold. Mother Nature knows what she's doing, and if you can kind of figure out what to grow around here, then yeah, it goes a long way.
Leafy greens are good for the winter time too. Those are awesome. It's also amazing when you do grow some of the stuff from year to year. It's like you guys know how my cherry tomatoes did for a couple of years. They just went bonkers for a while.
My kids loved them too. They thought they were grapes.
Yeah, well then a couple of years later I got nothing out of them. And the same thing, my peppers just didn't do very well this year.
My satsuma's that way. I went a few years, didn't get much. This year I've had a ton. So yeah, and it is hard. I mean, you got to learn. You learn as you go. So, yeah, I remember when the pandemic started, there was a lot of, well, I'm going to start my own garden. I can't go to the grocery store anymore. Well, good luck.
Yeah.
Start getting a couple tomatoes first and kind of go from there. But yeah, it's certainly very rewarding when you can, start to build that garden up a little bit.
Got our veggies now. How about the meats, Katie Lopez?
Yeah, that's what we're going to head on to now. Make sure you check out Daniel's story on KETC.com.